Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sarambulan sa Silanganan. What we have right here is a semifinals round 2 matchup between Lanskyy and Invy. Lanskyy, of course, being a decisive victor against their last match against ZSID, practically putting on a clinic on all the DT maps. But I think against Invy, they're not gonna be as free as they were against ZSID. So definitely going to put a damper on that game plan, as well as quite possibly the Hard Rocks, because I think both these players scale really well in the Hard Rocks and the double times. So those picks are going to be heavily contested between those two players. As currently, they're both deciding the pick and ban order. Lanskyy won the roll with 88 points and Envy with 67. So Lanskyy gets to decide whether they pick or ban first, and they concede the first pick to Envy. Meanwhile, Envy, since Lanskyy was in charge of the pick order, will be in charge of whether they get to ban first or second. And they choose to concede their first ban to Lanskyy as well. So first ban will be going on over to Lanskyy's side, and first pick will be Invy's. So once again, semifinals, 2 bans each, and the ban order is ABBA. So after this ban, this hidden 2 ban from Lanskyy, is going to be 2 bans from Invy's side, and finally 1 final ban for Lanskyy before we head into the first pick to be decided by Invy. And Envy deciding to ban one of the DTs, DT4, and I definitely think that's a wise ban. With Lansky's showing in the ZSID match yesterday, I think a really good idea to just decrease the amount of double times that Lanskyy can freely pick, even though I do think that Envy can at least match them in those scores. And Hidden 3 also getting banned by Envy, so that's 2 rather happen control based maps out there for both players. Last ban coming from Lanskyy, I meant, will be the Nomad 6, the gimmick map gone. Actually, both reading intensive maps gone now in the form of the Nomad 6 ban and the HD2 ban. So Envy, now with the first pick, will pick the remaining hidden map left in the pool, and that is the HD1. So HD1, a rather interesting pick. It's kind of straightforward in terms of difficulty. It's just that this map bombards you with bursts. There's like an endless amount of bursts in this map, and if you get caught out by any of them, because these have like accelerating and decelerating aim in those bursts. If you get caught out by one, there's already a lot of scoring potential lost. So we head into the first map out of a possible 11. This is Envy's pick, HD1. Of course, it's in Envy's best interest to win on their first map of this matchup. So far though, things not looking peachy with the first miss coming from invy side, but it's traded by Lanskyy, so hey, it's still the early parts of this map. So those misplacements not gonna be as detrimental, unlike if say both these players find miss closer to the middle part of this map, which is where this map really kicks off in terms of difficulty. Right now though, both players comfortably hitting those patterns. Unfortunately for invy, first miss, like first actual crucial miss, since Lanskyy is building nice combo advantage over invy, who is stuck recovering for just a bit. Lanskyy now above 400 combo. And on that note, I've been unfortunately spreading a little bit of misinformation about how the scoring system works in G2. I mistakenly thought that if a player reaches above 400, then that is maximum score for each node that they hit. Apparently it's not. I got fact-checked by John Fuller earlier. Still though, invy finding another miss. That's a lot of scoring potential lost, especially in the face of Lanskyy, who after that initial miss early on in the map has just been hitting things out of the park. Those streams with the accelerating aim and decelerating aim, they've just been able to hit consistently in comparison to invy, who has been struggling. Invy though has the lead in terms of accuracy, but this is standard. Standard really values combo above accuracy. I think it's a 70-30 split between those two win conditions, and Lanskyy just absolutely excelling on the 70% of that win condition, with the first breakpoint of this matchup on their side with a 761,000 score on the HD1. Unfortunately for invy, losing out on their first pick. Going to have to look at Lanskyy's first pick to potentially tie things up one apiece. Okay, so the Nomad 3 getting picked by Lanskyy. There's a little bit of technical issue. Thank you, Discord. But we're finally here. Lanskyy struggling a little bit at the start of this Nomad 3. Going to concede the early advantage on over to the side of invy. who's holding a much better score than them and much better accuracy. So that's already a quarter of the map in the books, and Invy still maintaining a really huge combo advantage. Does lose that on the cut, on the cut bursts, which means Lanskyy now in prime position to steal this lead back on over to their side and deny Invy a chance of evening things out at 1. 2/3 of the map remain, and both players can see just how close the score is. Invy knowing that they might have to start locking in, especially since Lanskyy has that combo on their side. On the recovery though is Invy, and both players matching in terms of accuracy. Going to give Invy a bit of a harder time, but fortunately for them, Lanskyy does find a miss of their own. As we approach the halfway point of this map, Lanskyy with another miss, and immediately the score lead swings on over to the side of Invy. Oh, but a massive chain miss, and that immediately just puts the score lead back into Lanskyy's hands. Invy dropped below 95% accuracy, not having a particularly fun time on those cut streams. As a third of the map remains, Lanskyy maintaining this lead of about 30,000 over Invy. There's still a little bit of time for Invy to try and make things happen. Fortunately for Lanskyy though, going to be holding a significant combo advantage as we head into the final quarter of this map. One final turn, and Invy once again missing on those cut streams. Yeah, at that point, probably finding the nail in the coffin for this map. Lanskyy, through a valiant effort, almost conceding the lead in the middle part of this map, going to secure this point. Chain miss coming from them at the very end is not going to matter much as we see another miss coming from Invy. And with that, Lanskyy will be taking the first 2 points of this matchup and go up 2-0 as we head into the second pick cycle, to be started by Invy. So definitely an unfortunate start on Envy's end, and they go for the double time too, which I would admit, kind of scary pick against Lanskyy. If I remember correctly, this is a map that they were able to get above like 750 on. I already forget which maps they were able to full combo. I just know the double time 1 was one of them. So bit of a ballsy move coming from Invy, but again, I do think that in comparison to last night's match against Z-Sid, Invy is going to be a much tougher opponent for these double time picks for Lanskyy. So gonna be interesting to see whether this gambit works for Invy's side or whether Lanskyy just has their number in terms of the double times in this particular star rating. Both players even in terms of combo. But once again, it is Invy with the lead in terms of accuracy, netting them the advantage. in the score. But with both players matching accuracy, again, this is going to be a fragile lead until somebody finds a miss and breaks the stalemate. 1/3 of the map already in the books. Both players matching combo. They can see that the score is really close. And Lanskyy definitely knows that it's just a matter of accuracy that they're trailing behind. But the longer that Invy actually holds this combo, and Lanskyy does find a miss, which means Invy now all the runway in the world to just run away with this score lead. As 1/3 of the map remains, Invy still holding on to that full combo with 97% accuracy. Lanskyy on the recovery, one final quarter of the map remains. And at this point, I don't think even if Invy finds a miss that Lanskyy will have enough time. Especially since each node that Invy hits just further increasing the score advantage that they've had, and Lanskyy with another miss, gonna be the nail in the coffin for this map. Invy finally on the board with their second pick. They're still gonna be trailing down by 1 since Lanskyy is above them with one breakpoint, with a 1 breakpoint advantage. Still showing that if Lanskyy can do DT, so can they. So asserting to Lanskyy that double time wouldn't be as free as last night. So now Lanskyy going to have to defend their 1 breakpoint advantage with their upcoming pick. So after the first pick cycle and the third map, only 4 no mods remain. The Hard Rock pool pristine, and 2 more double times remain. And if you're Lanskyy, you're going to have to deliberate whether on like what map you pick next. They go for the Precision Hard Rock 2, Otome Kaibo, which I'm pretty sure was the map that Invy won, that sent them to the second round of the semifinals against Wind Impulse yesterday. Of course, Lanskyy also winning against Z-Sid on this Hard Rock 2 though, so again, I guess it's just a matter of confidence and execution for this particular matchup, because I think both players believe that they have a solid grasp of the star rating of the pool, solid grasp on the difficulty, and they do believe that they can win in quite convincing fashion in a lot of these maps. It just comes down to confidence, the confidence for them to go ahead and pick what would be possibly a closely contested map, and also confidence in their ability to execute the map much better than their opposing player. And right now, in terms of execution, it's Lanskyy, as Invy finds early misses in the intro section of this map, piling on more misses coming from Invy side. It is eventually traded by Lanskyy though, but Invy just finding some unfortunate misaims on these really small circles, which means Lanskyy, with that earlier combo advantage that they've had, will be maintaining this small score advantage that has a chance to grow a bit bigger, especially since all those misses from invy side just going to add up. Lanskyy now, a great combo run, about to pass the 400 combo mark. Oops, spoke too soon. So it's a miss for Lanskyy, but it's actually a trade miss that will favor them much more because they have more score to stand on as we head into the halfway point of this map. Lanskyy still with the lead. Both combos from these players though equal. So it's going to come down to whoever misses next, and if you're invy, you're going to have to hope that those next misses come from Lanskyy's side, and you better hope those misses are a bit spaced from each other so that it blocks a lot of scoring potential from Lanskyy. But so far, that hasn't been the case since Lanskyy and invy still matching combo, with Lanskyy with a little bit of accuracy advantage, 93% to invy's 92, an advantage of 0.9. And Lanskyy does find another miss, and now it is prime opportunity for invy to steal this lead away. It's slowly but surely heading on over to the side of invy. This score lead, but another miss coming from invy, traded by Lanskyy. So both players combo reset. Another combo reset from both players. 1/4 of the map remains. And both players, oh my goodness, just no combos to be found. Lanskyy misses, and then invy misses, and then Lanskyy misses. That has been the back and forth. And if you're invy, that's not the back and forth that you're looking for. You want the back and forth to be between the score lead. Lanskyy, another miss. One final slice of the pie remains for this map. And another miss coming from invy is going to be traded. Will there be enough time? I think the score lead still on to the side of Lanskyy, slowly but surely heading on over to the side of invy. But unfortunately, those late misses means that it will be enough for Lanskyy to take the 3rd point of this matchup. Keeping things really close. Look at that score advantage. Just 7,000 strong in the side of Lanskyy is going to be enough. As we head to the 3rd pick cycle of the map, of this matchup, I meant, invy still trailing by 2 points. But they could definitely smell the blood in the water. They go for the Hard Rock 3 pick. Just confident. That last map, that Hard Rock 2, really close. Could have gone either way, honestly. So immediately they go for the Hard Rock 3. And if I were to compare this Hard Rock 3 to any of the maps that have already been played, this is kind of similar to the HD1. Of course, invy lost that HD1, but I think at this point, yeah, it just has to be confidence in their belief that they can outscore Lanskyy on this type of map. Alright, good lucks in the chat, which means we are just about ready to head on underway for map number 5 of a possible 11. Lanskyy still in the lead by 2 points. Invy trailing, and a chance, honestly, for Lanskyy to be able to extend that 1 breakpoint advantage to a 2 breakpoint advantage. keep things scary for Invy as we head into their next pick. That's neither here though, so let's focus a bit more on the now, as now Invy finding a really early miss, and that's going to be a lot more detrimental than Invy thinks, since this is one of the shorter maps in the pool. Another miss coming from them. Lanskyy still with a pristine combo as a third of the map in the books. Lanskyy does find a miss finally, but Invy just doesn't have the combo to take advantage of the opportunity that has been presented. Both players on the recovery. Invy with an advantage in terms of the accuracy, which means that score lead actually sprinting on over to the side of Invy. That accuracy advantage proving to be a huge edge now on the side of Invy, as both players are matching combo. It's just that accuracy from Lanskyy costing them a bit. So now 1/4 of the map remains as Lanskyy once again finds another miss. That's going to be a lot more detrimental to their campaign as they find once again another miss, which means Invy now all the room in the world to run away with this lead, especially since they have the combo and the accuracy advantage over Lanskyy. As one final slice of the pie remains in this map, Invy might have just done it. That's 2 points in a row on their favor, on their picks. So once again, threatening to be able to equalize things at 3 apiece and turn this best of 11 matchup into a best of 5. That's still a pretty respectable score coming from Lanskyy's side though. 404,000, keeping things close. Just 144,000 score difference. Just unfortunate misses and the placement of those misses happening in the middle part and the late part of the map, just not doing them any favor, as Invy found a really good combo run after their initial miss. So Lanskyy with their pick next, they go for the double time 3. Oh no, wait, I saw wrong. That was a double time 1. Oops. So, double time 1. Lanskyy has really great memories of absolutely putting belt to ass on ZSID on this map. So definitely a comfort pick. I'm just not sure whether or not this will be as comfortable a pick against Invy, who has shown that they can match Lanskyy in terms of the double times. We're just gonna have to see whether this gambit pays out in the end for Lanskyy, or whether we will be seeing tie game at 3 apiece after this map. Right, here we go. Pick number 6 out of a possible 11. So unfortunately for Lanskyy, finding the early miss. Fortunately for them though, it is a extremely early miss, so just in case any of these players miss at the later part, Lanskyy gonna be in a position to take advantage of that opportunity. So far though, that window of opportunity not appearing, since Invy is holding on to their full combo and showing no signs of letting go anytime soon. Okay, that's the first chorus out of the way for both players. Still a bit even in terms of the combo, but Invy once again with a really great accuracy to combine with this combo is going to give the advantage to their side, as Lanskyy once again finding another miss. It is a trade miss though, as Lanskyy and Invy both find misses. It's just that Lanskyy not in a position to find these misses since they are at a disadvantage. And another miss coming from them. Meanwhile, Invy on the recovery means for the final third of this map, Lanskyy going to have to play perfectly against Invy, who is threatening to be able to even things up at 3 apiece now if things don't go in Lanskyy's favor. And so far, it really hasn't been going Lanskyy's way, as they find trade misses for both players. It's just any trade that happens is going to be more advantageous to Invy's campaign than it is to Lanskyy's. And at this point, I think no more time remaining, even if Invy finds more misses than Lanskyy. So finally, after 5 picks, Invy finally evening things out at 3 apiece with an S rank as well. So they didn't really miss, just overaimed the slider head. So penultimate pick cycle now, and Invy will be the first to decide. And they go for the final Hard Rock remaining in this pool. Hard Rock 1. Now both players tied in the Hard Rocks this time around. To decide whether who gets to be the master of the Hard Rocks in this particular pool. One final Hard Rock pick, the Hard Rock 1, picked by Invy to finally try and be in the lead for the first time in this matchup, as Gabbers will be joining us in the commentary booth.
Yo, what's up, guys? These two players right in front of us, they're literally in the same VC beeping while the match is going on. So this has a lot of potential to be an exciting one, bro. Like, actually, bro, this is insane. Lanskyy did not expect him to play that well on HD1 and then somehow lose the DT1. It's practically like a best of 5 remaining in this match with a potential for maybe a tiebreaker. I like the HR1 pick. I know Invy has been saying good things about this map, so he's feeling pretty confident. But another, again, HR, a mod that Lanskyy is particularly really good at. So this could still go either way, man. This matchup is scary, Aizen, and I have no idea how this is going to go.
Yeah, honestly, I did say that both players are going to be equal in terms of the bottom half of this pool, because they both had like really good scores during the qualifiers, and last round put up some insane scores on the Hard Rocks and double times of the quarterfinals pool. So I think, yeah, just going to be a really close match. It was just a really close matchup that we've seen, and I think outside of the no mod 3, everything else has been modded picks. As Invy, unfortunately, going to be finding the first miss of this matchup of this map and giving the lead on over to the side of Lanskyy as we head into the second third of this match.
Oh, big chain miss though. But as you mentioned, 100%, man. Like, these sort of stuff, like the HRs, the DTs, it is both of their breads and butters. They know how to play these mods, they know how to play these skill sets, and it's pretty much just a matter of consistency and what score they can put up in the match in question. And right now, Lanskyy with a bit of a lead, Invy hitting that stream, but in turn, his opponent does so as well. That lead slowly diminishing by the second as Invy with a slight combo advantage, but the miss on that stream is gonna hand Lanskyy over the advantage. This is a potential breakpoint once again, man. These two are just so contested on these maps that it feels like nothing in this pool looks safe at all for either of them. Lanskyy will find the miss, but Invy with another miss in turn. It is a stalemate going into the last third. Idan, 46k buffer for Lanskyy, and it doesn't seem like this is gonna go back anytime soon.
Some accuracy drops though. It's going to be extremely helpful for Invy and their campaign to prevent Lanskyy from once again getting another breakpoint against them. That lead actually, for a while, it was actually shrinking and heading on over to Invy's side as another accuracy drop from Lanskyy's side, just going to be further increasing the gap between these two players in terms of the accuracy. That lead, unfortunately, a miss coming from Invy, but it's traded.
No.
Wait a second! It's going to be really close. That lead that has been 30k for the longest time has once again decreased to just below 15,000 as
my god!
final side of the fight! Oh my god! Invy in the final moments! Unfortunately for them, not going to be able to secure this own point. Lanskyy with another break point. Just when Invy was able to tie things at 3 apiece.
How does this happen, bro? Like, what? That HR2 was nails, and seems like it's gonna be a trend on the HRs as Lanskyy wins this one by just about, like, what, 14k? The difference so minuscule. What is up with them just getting close scores on the HRs? Once again, I mean, this just speaks volumes to how well both of them can play these sorts of skill sets, these mods, and how scary it can be. Invy went for it, and once again, it's gonna be another breakpoint. The question is, though, can Lanskyy manage to stick the landing properly on the next pick? Or are we just gonna see another trade of breakpoints once again? There's a lot of those no mods left open, but I would not be surprised to see Lanskyy going for the tapping. I mean, that's what he's known for. DT3, no mod 5 are left open.
Oh, this is scary now. This is scary now for Invy because, like, Lanskyy is threatening match point.
Yeah. We know how good this guy is on the DTs, man. This guy is genuinely, like, I would consider him to be one of, if not the most lethal, high-scaling DT player in the bracket, pretty much. So you can expect him to always do good on the DTs. It's a matter of consistency, pretty much, because 6.6, there's a lot of opportunities for Invy to do well on these skill sets as well. So, I mean, what's it gonna be, man? I have no idea. It feels like it could be a toss-up on practically anything. I mean, we saw what happened on the DT1 where Invy managed to steal it despite Lanskyy having the FC in the previous match. Invy as well managing the FC to DT2. I mean, it could go either way. No mod 4, it's a tangent, Idan. It's something that, you know, we're practically unsure of when it comes to either these players scoring on this sort of skill set. So maybe Lanskyy a bit scared to go for DT3 considering he's lost the 2 DTs so far. But I mean, what are you expecting to see on this tech? Because this map is quite weird.
Honestly, might be a coin toss between both players. It's just that, who do you have between these two players? Who do you think has the better slider aim between these two? Because I feel like whoever has the better slider aim will be the obvious choice for this map. As we head on underway to pick number 8 out of a puzzle 11, Invy managed to tie things up during the last pick cycle, unfortunately losing out on another breakpoint, which means they're once again trailing heading into this pick, which is Lanskyy's. So quite a fatal position to be in if you're them. So far though, navigating through this intro section particularly well.
Still early days though, as Lanskyy finds the first break. You were asking how well do both of these players fare on the slider tech, and we have some info. They both played this map actually in their previous loser semis match, and Lanskyy did better by 2% and by 70k, but both of them not having the most stellar scores. But can they?
They probably could though.
Oh yeah, they do. Okay, so we can start commentating again. They can hear us. We've been revived, and I mean, I'm currently watching the Twitch right now. Envy looking to maybe make a revival happen, as you know what, Aidan, despite having the lower score from yesterday, this guy just put up a nasty 700 combo while he is missing, and Lanskyy has one more third.
Ooh.
This is looking pretty good for Envy, but these misses are not helping him at all. He needs to hold.
Look at how fast that score lead is depleting, bro. Lanskyy has the combo advantage right now. Envy's still on the recovery. And both players are actually matching in terms of accuracy. Actually, no, Envy does have the slight edge on that. But one final quarter of the map remains. Lanskyy looking to match that earlier combo run from Envy. Oh no! If you're an Envy fan, this is worst case scenario, but
oh my god!
Lanskyy finally managed! No way!
Oh my god, slipping at the seams. It was right there at the tip of his fingers, but unfortunately, Envy slips away. This bullet will not be hitting him this time. Aidan, it's a best of 3. We are at the last pick phase, and neither of them have any advantage whatsoever. It all comes down to whether they can win their final picks. This is as close to a tiebreaker that we could potentially get here in the losers semifinals. Oh my god. In the semifinals as a whole, this is the closest match so far. And Envy struggle for tapping.
I mean, it makes sense. They bested Lanskyy on the double time 2 pick, which I would say is another really tapping intensive map. So I guess looking to see if they can double up and double down on that record.
I mean, okay, on paper, Envy definitely capable of playing something like this. And yeah, you mentioned he won the DT2, he's won the DT1. So far, Envy been doing pretty well on the higher BPM side of the map pool, so I don't blame him for going for this. I mean, I know Envy to be pretty capable on the flow aim, so quite interesting to see him go for this rather than maybe perhaps the no mod 2, but I would not put him against I would not put it against him to go for this. CFC'd the DT2. He destroyed Lanskyy on his comfort mod. But the question is, can he do it on potentially... I mean, okay, this is hands down the most decisive and most important pick of this tournament for both of them. If Invy wins this, he secures tiebreaker. But if he loses this, Lanskyy has a surefire opportunity to end Invy's run once and for all in Rambulan sa Silanganan. As DP3 is still open, he can go for aim if he wishes to go for that. Lanskyy has opportunities in the mechanics right after this, so is it gonna work out? Invy currently holding the FC, Lanskyy finding the misses on the aim and on the burst. Once again showing weaknesses on the high BPM mechanics, but Invy with the trade, the accuracy falling apart, so it's currently equal ground here, Aidan. It's still anyone's game.
Yep, and actually, even with that accuracy advantage from Lanskyy, the scores lead actually pretty even. It's just back and forth between these two players, but that miss coming from Invy going to be a lot more detrimental as Lanskyy with 200 combo has a better combo than Invy, who is on the recovery. Now both players matching. Gameplay wise, it's still Lanskyy's advantage, and with one half of the map remaining, Invy going to have to do things almost perfectly. Both players can see their scores. It is really close. It's just that this combo advantage from Lanskyy giving them a bit more score than Invy right now. But Invy not too far behind. This lead still a pretty fragile one, especially since whoever misses next will be the decisive miss. 1/3 of the map remains.
Oh no, overtime!
Oh
So
my
that
goodness!
might just be it, Aidan. Invy overtapped the burst and unfortunately hit the slider under it. Lanskyy with the trade, but it is a stalemate in the last quarter. Invy is gonna have to pull off something miraculous here on this ending, and Lanskyy needs to fall apart. He needs to collapse for his car to come crashing down and burn here at the final journey towards the finish line, but unfortunately not enough blood being shed, not enough damage being dealt. Invy, he's trying so hard to fix it, and that is the trade to potentially end things on this map. Not potentially, actually decisively end it for this map. Lanskyy with a miraculous combo lock in towards that middle ground, and Invy unfortunately just unable to put up the same sort of performance that he has been putting up on the high BPM so far. This could potentially cost him his run, and now Lanskyy, the ball is in his park. We have had several breakpoints so far in this match. I believe we've had like, what, 5 breakpoints already?
Yes.
For Invy to win this, he's gonna have to get a 6th.
Dude, Invy right now is 0 for 3 when the match is tied, which is really unfortunate for them.
Bro can't get the lead, man. He just can't get the lead, but
Like, no leads for you. It's all mine, says Lanskyy as they bring out the Nomad 2. So no DT3, which means only the Nomad 1 and the DT3 remain in this pool. It's not gonna get picked because whatever happens next is going to be either a tiebreaker or the match end with Lanskyy moving on to the lower bracket finals. Invy going to have to lock in, like do a generational lock in, bro.
generational. Yeah, this is a... I mean, to be fair, to Invy's credit, we have spoken about him never or not having any opportunity to up to this point in this match. He has not been able to get that lead over to his side ever. But I mean, to his credit, he has been keeping up and tying things. So if there was ever a point for in this match for him to tie things up, I mean, he can definitely pull it off once again on this. I know this guy can definitely play his Nomad 2s. Very much capable of playing the flow aim. But it's gonna be incredibly scary when Lanskyy also just super capable of playing the mechanics, playing the aim, playing the flow aim, and Amber Wishes is a prime example of those sorts of aim mechanics. 195 BPM standard streams. If you're consistent with circle streams, then this is definitely a map that you're going to be enjoying, and as far as I know, both of them can play this. Once again, who's going to come out with a better score though? As right now, equal footing, and I mean, Lanskyy with a bit of an accuracy lead, but not going to be mattering too much with the length of this map.
Yeah, so far both players not getting tripped up by those high spacing bursts that are like squeezed in between like the more lengthy streams of this map. Right now though, equal in terms of combo and accuracy, which means this lead right now for any player really fragile and can go on over to any of the other player's side. Right now it's Lanskyy's to hold since invy did find a little bit of an accuracy drop in some of these streams.
Oh my god.
But still, this is really close.
They're not letting it go, Aidan. They want it. They're both thirsting for it. But still, we must have a victor. And right now, Lanskyy with a bit of an accuracy advantage, but it is just gonna come down to who finds that first and decisive fatal mistake on the Nomad 2. They are both making it through the streams, and it seems like it's gonna be a double FC going into the break.
Oh my goodness, they both know how close it is.
Yo.
It's just a matter of who is going to be more chill heading into this second half. This is nerves right now.
Nerves.
Nerves might come into play. Let's watch for whichever of these two players finds Shake. Neither of them. Yep. Still pretty stable. The aim, a little bit of an accuracy drop. Finally, invy with an out. 98.55% and climbing to Lanskyy's 98.2. One final third of the map remains and it's still invy, but like this score lead so fragile, bro. It's not decisive until like somebody finds a miss.
Who is it going to be, Aidan? We're just sitting and just watching so nervously and anticipating what's gonna happen. The lead shifts over to invy because of the app, but once again, man, Lanskyy right on his tail, and the chain miss goes!
That might be it! The coup de grace! Unfortunately, loaded into the chamber by none other than invy himself, and Lanskyy with the gun will be the one to shooting down invy's hopes of extending their lower bracket run of the RSS tournament. Lanskyy still holding a full combo, real full combo until the end. Just to add insult to injury, Lanskyy in the final possible pick just converts that unfortunate breakpoint from invy, finally doing them in.
Oh my god, that was nails. It literally came down to the wire, but Lanskyy, I mean, even though they were both FCing up to that point, he did not want to let go at any costs, and he has secured once and for all his spot in top 6 in RSS. 98.72 FC on the Nomad 2. invy with a valiant effort with a massive improvement from his earlier score in the in this first round of losers semifinals, but unfortunately, when it came down to it, Lanskyy just found his footing, and now invy, unfortunately, will be ending, well, at the very least, in the same, well, he will be ending in the same placement, that same seeding that he got, I suppose. He will be placing top 8, seed 8 will be placing top 8, and Lanskyy, as your seed 4, will be advancing. However, with not an easy road as he has to go against seed 2 Milky Bio. There's still a couple of matches though, I believe, for today.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Coming up next, it's going to be the last lower bracket match, semifinals match between U1 and Pillowy. I don't believe. Wait, hang on. What seed is Pillowy?
Oh, Pillowy has been on a run. Seed 16, bro. Like, that guy is crazy.
Practically doubling up their seed placement.
Pretty much, bro. Mood is cooking. But we'll see how that goes, as Anyu definitely has a lot of maps under his table. We'll see that in 6 minutes, and well, the final, so to speak, the final dish to be served in this round is an exciting one, as it's going to be between two up-and-comers, seed 1, seed 5, respectively. BTMC Junior and Lanskyy in the upper bracket. So it's gonna be happening at, I believe, 10 p.m. UTC plus 8 for the Filipino people, or in 1 hour and 5 minutes. So stay tuned. We have 2 more matches in semifinals, and after that, top 6 will be confirmed. It's been me and it's been Aidan here for this match, and we'll see you guys next time.